literally every day of my life killing me. I was born knowing you without knowing your name. I was born a fighter with your stranglehold trying to end my life right away. You've stolen my beauty, my pride, and my health. Yet you want to help me eat healthy? Government, you always know best. You've chosen to repeatedly defend and protect Monsanto, although you know the essential genocide they've committed. Monsanto started their murder spree in 1902 with saccharin. Saccharin has shown up as a bladder-causing agent for cancer, as well as being a possible cancer agent in other organs. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. They have been murdering for 11 decades. In 1917, Monsanto began producing phenol. When consumed, it can kill you if the dose is high enough. Repeated exposure can cause paralysis of vital organs. If 25% of your skin is covered in even a weak amount, you will more than likely die. In 1929, Monsanto began developing PCBs. PCBs cause reproductive, developmental, and immune disorders. Stillbirths, miscarriages, and immature births skyrocket around their St. Louis plant. In 1940, Monsanto began production on polystyrene, further ensuring their toxic footprint. In 1944, Monsanto made DDT. DDT was originally an insecticide. Unlike the widespread usage information, many Americans do not realize it was also put into morning sickness pills as well. After finding out how detrimental this wonderful insecticide was to many forms of life besides insects, DDT was banned. Yet, it's been found in the California condors as of recently. In 1945, Monsanto developed herbicide 2,4,5-T. They still are trying to cover up the toxicity of this chemical compound, as well as the toxicity of most of their products. Before DDT was banned in the 1970s, Agent Orange was released. In 1961, Agent Orange was manufactured by Monsanto. The poison affected 3 million American veterans and became a multilateral poison. Monsanto knew of the effects of Agent Orange and without consciousness chose to become a mass murderer. I am a second-generation Agent Orange victim. Monsanto has slept with me my entire life. They made the chemical Agent Orange that was used throughout the Vietnam conflict. To know they want anything to do with my food and my seed sickens me. Serial killers should not be allowed to become doctors. And that is specifically the issue that has come about with Monsanto. The serial killer is now telling you what is healthiest for you. Look at me, how healthy they are. My skin is covered in scars that are reminiscent of a leper's. Every day I find clusters throughout my whole body. My skin throughout most of my body feels like fish scales. It will break open and look like an alligator skin. My teeth have shattered since I was 21. Eventually get to the point that I have to find a way to come up with tens of thousands of dollars for oral reconstruction or quit eating. I am in a wheelchair 1 to 2 weeks out of the month due to a 1 in a billion birth defect. I am on steroids to help curb chronic sinusitis. I can't have children. I was diagnosed as medically sterile at the age of 10 to 24 after several miscarriages. My testosterone is high, both my eyes have astigmatisms, and neither of my retina walls perform correctly. I don't catch a cold or a flu. I get pneumonia immediately. I am 32 with the health of a 60-year-old. My sister, before she was even 25, had a major stroke. Her children are already showing signs that they're third-generation Agent Orange. For this reason, I'm glad my only option is adoption, for I do not want to poison any more children. Many people to this day believe that our war against Monsanto is nothing but a political ploy used to cause hysteria in the masses. Monsanto is political. It tells us that our government truly does not know what is best for us when they protect them. They protected Monsanto for too long. Truth be told, Monsanto's protection was not recycled this year, but it can always go back to the floor and get passed again. If you do not believe in the issues of protecting Monsanto, I implore upon you to talk to a Vietnam veteran's family that has died of Agent Orange. I'll tell you what happens, for I've hung with them until it became too painful. Agent Orange is many things, including a cancer causer. The victims get cancer in their lungs, liver, kidneys, and other organs. The cancer glows like no other cancer I've ever seen. Eventually, it starts breaking off and spreading, even with the most aggressive treatments being used against it. If you can imagine looking at somebody's body with these cancer agents and it looks like a firecracker in the sky just spreading. Eventually it attaches to the base of their brain and they die. A friend of mine, Casey, he's not even 40 years old yet. He's a second generation Agent Orange as well. He's had cancer 6 times within 5 years. Thankfully, it hasn't made it to his brain yet. But he's already told me lucky number 7 will be his last time because he doesn't want it anymore. A lot of my friends have issues. For a lot of my friends' parents were in Vietnam. I was fortunate enough to have found the Children of Vietnam's Veterans Health Alliance, which is who I'm here representing today. And I now know I'm not alone. Agent Orange poisoning is a horrible thing to live with. Unlike the world's worst disease, AIDS, we have no treatment options. There's no hope for a cure. We know in the end, cause of death might as well be written down as murder by Monsanto. Monsanto has developed growth hormones in the food we eat, added their poisons to the food we eat. The simple name Monsanto installs more fear for many than Al-Qaeda does. It is estimated that all of their chemicals dating back to the 1940s are in every single living human being, including the polar bears in the North Pole. Farmers using their seeds and workers in their plant are well known to contract cancers in a rampant rate. Funnily enough, for once the conspiracy theorists are right. As long as the Monsanto is around, something in the water. Monsanto can be blamed easily for cancers, genetic mutation, autism, cerebral palsy, and much, much more. No matter how much they do to help others, they are still murderers. Yet they are supposed to help you be healthy. They are supposed to be trusted to not further their genocide. They are serial killers. They are terrorists. But trust them and trust your government, for they know what's best. Now you with the blue sign right there. Yes. Yeah, you, honey. Would you like to see a day when Monsanto's name is no longer around?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you know they're tied into Walt Disney, Bank of America, Mitsubishi, and more? There we go, see? More and more. Thank y'all. We need to make this bigger next year.